Lloyd, it was a pretty thrilling end to a disappointing season from the Bombers. What did you make of their win over the Pies?
Yeah, I was sitting on the edge of my couch at home with the three kids, and we're all cheering once Buddha Hocking put that goal through. But I thought it was a pretty even game. I think one of the issues this year was the Bombers just can't put a side away, and I thought there was some stages there when the lead got out to 15 points. Can they put the foot on the throat? But just haven't been able to do that. But then I thought the last quarter, the boys were really brave. I think the effort for most of the year hasn't been too bad. Just whether it be decision making, not being able to turn turnovers into scores has been a real issue. But it was just nice to score close to 100 points and be on the right side of the ledger, which we weren't against the Gold Coast Suns a few weeks back.
About 6 or 8 weeks ago, you said you hoped in the run home one of these young Bombers can get a best on ground. I don't know if Rd23 was best on ground yesterday, but he was certainly influential in the result. What did you make of his performance off half-back?
Yeah, if he wasn't best on ground, he was in the best three, I would have thought, along with obviously Heath Hocking, and also Brent Stoughton, I thought was really important with his 3 goals early in the game. But Orazio, I remember putting my best Essendon side forward about 6-7 weeks ago, with a fair few holes in it, but Fantasia was in the team because I've seen on the training track what he can do, just his ability to break the lines, run, carry, and use the ball quite well. It's something that Essendon really lacks, and that's something that Fantasia's got. So I think that'll be one of many games that he'll play next season. I think he's growing in confidence. He's just got to get a bit stronger, but he's got all the qualities to be a 200-game player for the club.
Heath Hocking is probably more known for his inside grunt rather than his finishing skills, but did his all-round performance yesterday just underscore how significant his absence has been? Yeah,
he's really important for the club. I think that even around the training track, just his physicality in training, he makes training better, let alone match days better. So I think guys like Scotty Pendlebury and Taylor Adams, they'll be looking around all day long when Buddha Hocking's in nearby. So I think that Buddha had a great game. It'll allow him to play with a lot of confidence and train with a lot of confidence over the off-season. He and David Myers will make Essendon a much better side, plus Joe Watson, the skipper, next year.
And Connor McKenna in game number 2 had a lot more of the ball. What did you make of his performance?
Fantastic. He actually didn't use the ball as well as he'd like. There's a lot of tumble kicks, and a lot of people will think, oh, that's what the Irish do initially, but he's a better kick than that. But to get 18 disposals, have 4 shots at goal, it's just a remarkable effort for a young man who hasn't played the game for too long. So he's earned his 2 games, and he'll be in the mix, I would have thought, early on next year as well.
What do you think this will do for the morale of the side? Just, obviously it's been a tough year, but to finish with a win and take that into the off-season and then hopefully the pre-season as well.
Yeah, you walk away believing that you're not far off, or you're not as far off as you think you are. I think that just gives you something to build on. I think that Collingwood are a side that won, what was it, 10 or 11 games. So it's just showing that the Bombers' depth is as good as Collingwood's. They didn't have Cloak or Swan, but Essendon, you could name 6 or 7 players who didn't play either. So I think the competition is that even, aside from the top 4 clubs, probably the Sydney, Freo, Hawthorn, West Coast, that everyone else is pretty even. So it doesn't take much to bounce back up the ladder.
Well, Lloydie, thanks a lot for your time. We'll speak to you later in the week about the entire season review.
Great, thanks, Simon.